In this video, I'm going to show you how to install an easy mode mod for Elden Ring to make Elden Ring, as well as the Elden Ring DLC Shadow of the Erdtree, a lot easier. Now, it is a little bit broken in some cases, so I would highly recommend, if you can, play the game through your normal way and suffering it through it. But if you really are struggling through it, or you just want to play it out in a different way because you've already experienced it in the way that it was meant to be played, then go ahead and continue watching this video as I get thrown with stones. This mod is going to completely overhaul the damage you do, the damage you take, the speed that you can move, dodging, healing, everything. It's going to make your life a frickin' breeze. But at the same time, it's like playing in creative mode, so keep that in mind. Now, before I show you how to install the mod, I'm going to show you what it can do and what it consists of. So first off, movement speed. Look how fast I move. This is now your base movement speed. You move like 25% faster than usual. It's incredibly faster. This goes for Torrent as well. So exploring the game is incredibly quick this time. For a lot of weapons, the attacks are a lot faster too. I don't know if all the DLC weapons have been updated just as yet. I know some of them were being updated as this goes, so you might have to frequently check back and update this mod as it gets, changes, or if the game ever has a patch. But essentially, it makes combat a lot faster. For Ashes of War, for potions, for example, look how quick you can take a flask. Done, finished. Like you just whip out a flask and drink it and you're finished. Every time you dodge, it's going to act as if you are in light load, and it's actually going to do like the dash from Sekiro. So you can see when you dodge like this, it's going to make you dodge like really quickly, and I don't think it takes any stamina while you're in combat. So dodging bosses is incredibly easy. In fact, equip load is no longer a thing, so you can wear the heaviest armor you want in the entire game. You are no longer held down by equip load, so you're always going to move at full speed no matter what you wear, no matter what you use. You can equip every single weapon on your character that you can in every slot, and you will be fine. You'll also see that Ashes of War no longer cost FP to use them. You can go ahead and use Ash of Wars and skills regardless. You don't have to worry about using like cerulean flasks anymore. The skill requirement for using any weapon in the game is also removed, so you no longer require like arcane, strength, intelligence to equip any weapon. You can equip any weapon you want regardless of the stats required to equip it, because those have been removed. You still, however, have to have the right attribute scaling to make the weapon stronger. There is a 2x rune multiplier, so when you kill enemies, you get twice the runes, as well as everything. Leveling up is like 50% cheaper to level up too, so you can level up a lot quicker. So in that sense, control how far you want to level by not leveling up too much. Otherwise, you're going to become really brokenly strong. But I guess for some people, that might be the point of using this mod to experience. In such case, I recommend using a new save file, but you can always use an existing save file to use this mod and then still go back to the normal game afterwards, which I'll cover in the end section of this video. You'll also notice that it is now free to upgrade your Ashes of War as well as your weapons. You don't need to collect these stones and the glowworts and all those things to upgrade anymore. You can upgrade them for free. And like I said, most weapons have been sped up in terms of how fast they can attack. I'm going to go ahead and equip the Blasphemous Blade. A lot of you guys should know this weapon, but you'll see it attacks a lot faster now than it used to. Like, you're hitting way quicker. The Ash of War even goes off a lot faster as well, so it's a much faster playstyle. There are some weapons that have been changed entirely. For example, Moonveil is now called the Veil of Destined Death and causes blood loss damage, and well, it kind of looks like this. So if you go ahead and use it and you use the Ash of War skill, it basically looks fucking cool, dude. Like, it looks crazy. You can see its Ash of War is a completely unique skill and is freaking nuts, dude. Like, I don't even want to know how much damage that does. But like I said, this is a broken, almost cheat mod that makes the game extremely easy. And there's one thing that's also in here that is the most absurd thing of all. And this is because it includes a mod from Tom Clark, which is called the Glorious Merchant, which means if we go ahead and we go to the very first merchant in the game, if I go back to the base game from the map, there's a button at the bottom that swaps to the base game. And if we head to the Church of Ella, where you find Merchant Kale, also known as Santa Claus, from the Side of Grace over here, you can go ahead and speak with him. And you'll see that he now has two options: browse inventory and browse cut content. Now, a warning. do not keep any of the cut content in your inventory if you plan on going back to the base game, because this might corrupt your save file and you might not be able to recover it if you play base game ever again. So do beware on that. So I would recommend not using this at all. But if you browse inventory, however, you can literally pull through and spawn any item, Ash of War, sorcery, arrows, bolts, armor, talismans, items in the game that you want. You can even do it for the DLC items at the bottom over here. For example, DLC items, weapons. You can spawn any single DLC weapon that is available in the game straight into your inventory without you having to go find it in the open world. Now, if you're looking for something that you missed in your first playthrough and you don't want to play through the entire game again and you just want the weapon or an Ash of War, this is a great feature. However, this, as you can tell, can be very broken as well. So I would warn you about using that store to pull through many items, because you're probably not going to play the game for more than an hour if you do that, because you're going to just have everything in the game without having to beat any boss, which makes playing the game kind of pointless in that regard. I would only recommend using this if there's an item that is, the second quest item. Some quests you get one or the other and you want both items in one playthrough, go ahead and get it that way if you don't plan on playing a New Game Plus. However, it is up to your discretion on how you use this and how you play this easy mode. It is completely your decision. Now, before I go ahead and I show you how to install it, once you have installed it, you will notice that if you do go back to the base game, you don't have that button to swap between the maps anymore. Instead, you will have to press the underground area and you'll have to make your way back to Mogwin Palace. Just use the cocoon of the Empyrean Site of Grace. And when you fast travel here, you can go ahead and touch the hand again. And this is basically how you're going to get to and from the DLC, because the button on the map is not there. So that's just a warning on how to swap between maps, because it can be a little confusing the first time and you might think it's like broken or something. So that's just how to get between both the maps. All right, so now I'm going to show you how to install this mod, and it is super simple. So now you're going to go to the link in the description down below to Syyyke's all-in-one cheat version easy mode mod made by Syyyke himself. I recommend giving him an endorsement if you do like the mod. Now, you will have to have a Nexus Mods account, which is the website account, which is free. You don't have to pay for anything to get this. It's completely free. You just make a free account. That will let you download the mod. And then when you go to this link, you will see there is information on the description page here that is going to tell you all the changes this mod has and when it was last updated. Because, every time there's a new patch for Elden Ring, you might have to re-download this mod in the future. If it, something in the game changes, the mod will also change or be updated. So make sure you're always checking to update the mod. But you can see there's a lot of things that are changed in this mod that make this mod incredibly easy and also a very different game. And then, like I said, there's those 5 items listed here that are changed completely. Moonveil, Vike's War Spear, Royal Greatsword, Unarmed Replacer, as well as Godfrey's Great Axe are now completely overhauled weapons. So I do recommend reading through this to see everything that has been changed, because I only talked about very briefly the ones that stuck out for me. So now we're going to scroll here to the top. We're going to go to a section that says Files, click Files, and then from here, you'll see all-in-one cheat version. Now, he literally did an all-in-one because he did all the hard work for you. So all you got to do is click manual download on the first one that's available here. And then you'll click slow download. And this will start the download at a limited speed because we're using the free version. Now, once you have downloaded this, you will get a zipped file that's going to look like this. And all you have to do is right click and extract it here. You can download WinRAR for free and install it and use the trial version for Infinity and beyond. And you'll be able to extract that file there if you can't extract it. And you'll see here, it will give you a folder called Syyyke's all-in-one cheat version. Now, he's literally done all the work for you. You literally just have to place this anywhere you want. You can keep it right here in your downloads folder. You can put it on your desktop. It does not matter. The only thing you do need to do is make sure Steam is open. So go ahead and make sure Steam is open, because the Elden Ring game will not launch if you don't have Steam open. So make sure Steam's open. Now, there's 2 ways to start the game. If you start the game through Steam, through your normal icon, for example, if I go to apps here and I start Elden Ring normally, the game will play without mods. It's the base game, where we haven't touched the base game at all. It will play normally. You can play with online, anything you want. It's fine. However, if we go to the mod folder, this is going to create a different edition of the game. It's going to run it in offline. It's going to make sure the anti-cheat's not working, so you can't play online. It's designed so that it's not going to get you banned, because if you play online with the mod, you're going to get banned from online play, which is obviously not what you want. So this is perfect. You just go into this folder when you want to play with the mod. You only play with the mod when you go through here, because it will make sure it's like safe for, you know, your single player experience. And to launch the mod, you just have to double click this launch mod _Elden Ring .bat. Now you might not see the .bat part because of I have a file extension showing, but it will just say launch mod Elden Ring here for you. This is the file. You're going to go ahead and double click it. Now this adjust the FOV might not happen for you. It doesn't matter. Who cares? You just close it, click OK. It's just a different mod that he's trying to add in. And this will go ahead and open Elden Ring and the modded version of it too. And like I said, you can use this with a brand new save, or you can use an existing save. Just be careful about, you know, like that cut content from that merchant over there. You don't want to have that in your file if you plan on going back to the base game. But things like the Moonveil or the new weapons that are added is completely fine. Everything else is interchangeable. Like you can now play the game on this easy mode and get as far as you want. Or even if you're just doing it to, you know, get past a boss that you're stuck on, you can use it however you want. I hope you guys enjoyed this guide, and thank you so much for watching.